Hi, this is Charles Pollington coming at you from Stats 216. I will be using videos posted up on YouTube to communicate with you, at least as far as how to do things in our statistical software, or if something comes up, it's just a quick and easy way for me to do that. And I'll have another option for you as I go through this document. And as I posted here, this is what I used to call, and you'll see this, I'll be posted in Brightspace, the read to this first document, which goes through what's happening in class. And as I state here, this is an old document, and I'm going to be posting this video on YouTube. And to find my channel on YouTube, just type in Charles Pollington Stats, and it should take you to the Stats playlist. And you're going to look for the welcome video. So it'll probably be Stats Welcome or something to that effect when I remember to save it. So again, I'm Charles Pollington. Taught this class quite a few times, like upwards of over 30, face-to-face, online. I've done it various ways. A few things don't really change for me. It's really important in an online setting that you keep up on the homework and you ask me questions, and I'm pretty available for help. You can find me in my office hours, which I'll post when I get them settled, email, and I'll be doing a Zoom help sessions or office hours once I get that settled, what time I'm going to do it. I put hours in on Saturday in the library, 1 to 3 typically. So if you're a local student, you can come in then. You can come to any of my office hours. So I want you to reach out to me if you have questions. I'm, the one teaching the class. I think, you should go to me. But I do have a couple tutors that I can hook you up with if you would prefer. If you're a distance student, I really want you probably working with me because the tutors are more comfortable face-to-face. Now, we'll be using my stat lab, my math lab. And in this document, I'm calling it my stat lab. It's the same as my math lab. So if you've had college algebra 105 or some of the biology courses, it's, that platform, Pearson. I used to post one big homework assignment during a week, and I'm kind of getting away from that. So when it says here, most homeworks will range from 30 to 70 problems, that's going to be for a week now. So there'll be various due dates. Typically, you're going to have homework due on Monday. That's going to be the bigger one typically, but I could have them on Wednesday. I could also have it on Friday. So you want to keep up on that. If I start doing chopped up smaller assignments, you want to keep up on when things are due. For example, the first assignment used to be like 100 plus problems that I would give over chapters 1, 2, and 3. Well, I've broken that into, I believe, 4 assignments. And when you get into my math lab, you'll find them there. So please be aware of the due dates, and I'll try to remind you as well. So one of the things you have to do is to get into my math lab, and I'm going to post this document as well in Brightspace, probably in the announcements area, and it's going to tell you what you need to do. I will say this: if you don't have a book right now, don't worry about it, because you can go through the process and create a temporary account, and then you'll have to pay it off, either use an access code or a credit card online, whatever you want to do. But you can go through the process, and as you go through the process, signing this up, creating the account, you'll see at the bottom of the screen a little link that says temporary access or temporary account. You're going to want to click that. If you have your code, then great. Just make sure it's for the stats. It's the only one that's going to work is for stats, and you can't return those things once you open them. So that's helpful. Once you're into my math lab, I have a bunch of courses here. Yours is going to look something like this. And right now there's no assignment, but there was going to be one in a few moments after I make this video. For sure by the 9th there'll be an open assignment. And there'll be multiple ones. Don't panic on it. It's just I like to have them closer due dates so I can get people working on it rather than putting them off. The only stuff you do in this shell, or excuse me, in my math lab, is going to be the assignments I post. Okay, you can go and do other things. I mean, there's quizzes built in and tests and all sorts of study plan. The only thing that matters in here is the assignments. You could do the study plan if you want. It doesn't count for anything. The grade book in here is only going to show you your grades on those assignments. I will post your overall grade in Brightspace, and I'll keep that up to date starting probably the beginning of week 3, if not before. So that's your official grade from me, so keep on top of that. In my math lab, you have various things you can look at. You have an e-text. You can go into multimedia library. That's probably my favorite. And you can pick a chapter. So when things start to get a little tough, say chapter 4, you can go in there and look at section videos. They have their own videos. They have PowerPoints. And I can just put in what section. I'm just going to say counting. And there's a PowerPoint, there's a video on counting. So there's many resources here for you. And let me go back to here. And I'm speeding through this because you don't have these options. This is just for me. And here's your first assignment. And I'm just going to bring this first assignment up so you can see what it kind of looks like. So, typical assignment, what I want to draw your attention to is this, question help. And when I click question help, as these get tougher, you're going to have options here for a guided solution or view an example that'll help you look at a similar problem. And if you do a guided solution, it's going to make you do this over. But that's something to definitely look at. Ask my instructor, I generally shut that off. It's just, I don't care. I care about how they do this. I'd rather you just email me, because the problem is if I get this, I can't open it on some machines. It's just easier for me to just say, Charles, I need help with this problem. Okay, that's just me being selfish. Let me open up another one here. Chapter 3. That's when we're going to have to start using software. And if I pick problem further down, you can see, here we go. So find the range, variance, standard deviation for a given sample data. Well, I don't want you doing standard deviations by hand. We're going to use software. And see this little window right there? If I click that and say open it into StatCrunch, you can also open it into Excel. Here's StatCrunch, and I'll very quickly show you what you can do here. Stat, summary stats, come on, columns, and I have a video up on doing this. I'm just showing you this is how we're going to do it, and you very quickly get the numbers we're looking for in this case, the standard deviation. I want you to embrace the technology, either StatCrunch or Excel, which I'll post videos for as we get there. If you want to do it by hand, you can. But when I make up these assignments, if I give you 20 of these things and you're doing them all by hand, you're going to be spending some time. I really want you to know what this stuff all means. That's what I really would like. So here's StatCrunch, great importance. I've used Excel, I've used calculators. I'm going to stick with StatCrunch, but you can use Excel if you want. StatCrunch will do some things Excel can't, and vice versa. Okay, so registration document is in Brightspace. I want you to check into Brightspace every day, because I might have to post something or send you an email in Brightspace. That's where I'm going to email you from if something comes up. Maybe I have an error on something, or there's going to be a quiz and I wanted to warn you about something, or say this problem's been added, this has been deleted, or I don't like how this is worded. So you want to keep up on things. Chapter contents. There's an ebook in your shell for my math lab. Go back to my main menu. Your e-text is there, so you can look at that. If you don't buy the paper book or the loose leaf book, however they're doing it at the bookstore this time. There's all sorts of support for this class. And I know, like I say here, I know some of you are nervous about the course, so I want you to stress on what's important. And that's, to me, face-to-face, email questions. If you're on campus, come see me. If you're off campus, then just set up a Zoom meeting if you need help. I'm going to have you all create a Zoom account. It's free. And the nice thing about Zoom, bring that up for you, assuming I haven't closed it here. Okay, so a Zoom account, easy to set up. I'll be using that code, and we'll get it figured out. I mean, that's a handy way to get some questions answered. The Brightspace, this is one I'm working on right now. You'll see this in a few moments. You'll want to review this material first. Well, I'm going to put up a lot of the documents I talked about and remind you about this video. I am going to stay away from posting links for videos. I want you to actually go look for them a little bit. To me, I want you to peruse what's in there rather than just going to a link. So content, I am going to put in the contents area. Announcements here. Like I was saying, I'm going to add content by today, which it is. I'll want you to check this every day, once or twice, because stuff happens. And if you start putting off the online classes, bad things occur. I'll have the syllabus up as well. Here's a pacing document. So this is the chapters we're probably going to be going through. For the most part, this doesn't change. I've done this quite often. We'll see here, but usually this is what I get through. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. You'll see there's two tests. Test one's the midterm, final exam. They'll both be online. And let me bring up the syllabus while we're discussing things. Okay, so this will be posted. You can go through all of that, the book. Free Zoom account, and I'll probably put up a deal that if you start the Zoom and we communicate via Zoom, I'll give you some extra credit on your homework. More things on the syllabus. This is probably what you're most worried about. Homework, quizzes, projects. We may have one project on regression. It's a big homework, and I don't really like my math lab homework, so I make up my own. All of those will be 60% of your grade. And most of these assignments will be in my math lab, my stat lab. Okay, so 60% is accounted for there. That means 40% will be on the test. The midterms 15%, the finals 25%. During this week, the February 25th to March 3rd, the midterm will occur. I'll have it open on Brightspace for a few days. The final, April 29th to May 3rd, I'll have it open on Brightspace for a few days. We will do quizzes. Hence quizzes here. Those will all be in Brightspace, and I will post documents, and I'll probably put those in the announcement area just to make sure you're looking. And those documents will be like practice quizzes. And course policies, this is more pertinent for face-to-face. Late assignments, it happens, but I really don't like it. Don't miss a test, okay? If something's coming up, let's plan for it, but just don't out and out miss the test. And there's your scale, and this is what I typically use in most classes. So not that big of a deal. There will be times where you're frustrated. I know it's going to happen because it happens. But you got to hang in there and just, ask me questions. I'm pretty approachable. So welcome to Stat 216. I'll go get that homework ready to roll, and I'll get this posted for you. All right.